Good morning, good morning. Today we're taking a look at XRP, the Sigma coin, and some just behind the scenes action. So, all right, this morning we're sitting here with a new 3-day candle that showed up, started here about maybe 12 hours ago. And so we've got ways to go because it's still red. You can see that we have the separation between the two levels are pretty large here, so we're just going to have to wait for that to play out. And ultimately, we're just kind of waiting and watching, right? So we zoom in on the shorter time frames for a daily. We do have some potential green under the hood. Nothing to do yet at this point in time. We're just going to watch to see how that price action plays. But we are seeing potential strength showing up here in this level, but I'm still open to one more rollover due to the fact that we're still red on our indicator here. So now even shorter time frames, jumping in on the 4-hour, you can see that we've been potentially doing an ABC, right? So you've got your A and then a B, ABC for this B leg, and then one more C coming in. So we'll have to see how this plays out. We have some more employment data coming out here in another 2 minutes from this recording. So we'll see how that ends up playing. The expectation is at minimum we get up to this 158 to 160 level before having that rollover, which would make sense to get that inefficiency and supply tag right up into here. So we'll be waiting and watching to see how that plays. But right now you should be in cash. So now jumping over to our liquidity, you can see that we do have quite a bit of liquidity that could take us up into this $1.60 range. So this may be the target for today through tomorrow, and we'll see how that ends up going. Crypto fear and greed, insane. Still at 8, and look at these historic lows that we've been in since 23. Like, when have we ever been this low? Lower than where we were here, lower than back in this FTX region. So yeah, pretty wild for what we've been able to see kind of play out here. And then Sigma, chilling. We have a potential head and shoulders pattern set up here, which would mean price go higher. So we're watching that kind of play out here. And Nathan Moa asked me to reach out and make this post. So for those who wanted to see, we have a head and shoulders pattern where you have this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline, right? And we get support upon the neckline, and then we break out, and generally this length of the head measurement added on top of this gives you the measured move for the next leg higher, and then obviously we can go even beyond that. So this is something we used on silver, so we're still seeing that particularly play out here. And here's Sigma on the same thing. Drawdown, back test, breakdown, hit that same trend line, tap it again, reject, right? And so then you have the drawdown, backtest, breakdown, and then you have this neckline tag, potential backtest, reject, and then you have the return to the neckline and build support on it. So that's what we'll be looking for the Sigma coin, is this kind of level where we can get back up into here, hold support, and then we can actually go in and do this type of move and price action go higher. So so we will ultimately watch how that plays. But if we have a good chart with, or good day today with the unemployment data, I could see that moving back up this direction with an ABC completion potential here in the chart. So we might even be right there. So we might have to do one more rollover before we go higher. So that's kind of your last kind of potential to get into the project. So because 160 million Sigma gets you access to the indicator. So to recap, Sigma, potential head and shoulders pattern playing out here. RSI on the 4-hour looks like it could manifest, but the 3-day definitely gives us a potential for that to play. I think the 12-hour did too. Let's take a look. A little overdone here. So yeah, maybe one more sweep and then we bounce through here. So we'll just watch how that plays, but we're getting close. And then you have the crypto fear and greed bottomed out. So we're hoping for one more low, but probably not based off of the fear. Liquidity, definitely to the upside here, for at least for the weekly time frame. So we'll see how that plays. We do have some down here, which they always just like to get the small guys and then eventually come for these. And then finally, overall, we've got ourselves a pattern here where we could get some good unemployment data, resulting in a price action go higher. And we have the 3-day indicator still waiting to indicate. So, all right, guys, we'll check in tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.